Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and today we are making homemade colored candy dots. If you guys grew up in the 80s, I know you'll remember these because they were my favorite candy and I'm sure yours too. And if you can't get them to stick on your paper, you can always use them as sprinkles. So let's get started. And the things you are going to need are 1 pasteurized egg white or 1 tablespoon of meringue powder, 2 cups of powdered sugar, a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and some food coloring. Okay, now if you are going to use the meringue powder like I am using, I use 1 tablespoon of meringue powder, and then I'm going to go ahead and add 3 tablespoons of water in place of the egg white. And once you have added that, you're going to go ahead and whisk it up until it's frothy. Now that the egg white is looking good, you're going to go ahead and slowly add powdered sugar until it's incorporated and the peaks are formed. Now, once you're almost at the end, you're going to go ahead and add your vanilla flavoring if you so choose. You don't have to do this step, but if you want a little extra flavor in there, you can add the vanilla. Now I'm going to go ahead and divide all of this mixture up into 3 separate bowls because I would like to have pink, yellow, and a light blue. Now you are going to add all of the colors to a piping bag, and of course if you don't have a piping bag, that is okay. Just use some Ziploc sandwich bags and that works perfectly fine too. Now you are going to take a cookie sheet and add some wax paper to that, and I just cut it down so that way I didn't have any overhang on the paper. And don't worry guys, I will leave a link to the recipe down below and also to this template. You are going to just print out on regular paper and then I stick it underneath my wax paper so that way I have a guide of where I want to put my dots. And then you're just going to cut your piping bag and start on your dots. I noticed when I was making these dots, I had a little peak at the very top, so I want to push those down to make them actually look like dots and not Hershey Kisses. So I take just a tiny bit of water on my fingertip and make sure it's not too wet because it will bleed the colors through. And you're just barely going to tap on the very top of it to get that peak down. Now the recipe says to let these sit out overnight or for at least 2 hours before taking them apart, but I had to let mine sit for at least 6 hours. So I definitely do it overnight instead of 2 hours. And then you're just going to cut the strips and then you're going to wrap them up. And that is it. That is so simple. I love these little dots. They are so delicious. And I noticed when I was taking them off, they were super dry. And when I was rolling them up and taking them off, they would fall off. And I was like, you know what? This would be perfect sprinkles for a cake or ice cream or anything like that. So to display this, I just put them out. But then when I had to put them and pack them away, I just popped them in a jar and they make easy sprinkles. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.